Hey, today we are going to talk about a very important idea scientific chamber. This concept has been discussed in a documentary by Indian scientists. Scientific chamber is not just something related to science classrooms or laboratories, it's about how we think, how we ask questions, and how we find answers using logic and reason. Through this presentation, we will understand how this mindset is important for every individual and for the development of the society. So, scientific timber means a way of thinking that is logical and rational. It helps us to understand things by asking questions, observing carefully, and using evidence to find answers. This is not limited to textbooks or academic learning, it applies to our daily life. The documentary tells us that scientific thinking is a natural part of being human. It helps us make better decisions and promotes critical thinking. Whether it's deciding what food to eat or why something happens around us, this mindset guides us. And why do you think scientific temper is so important? First of all, it helps to make smart and logical decisions in our daily life. It also helps us to separate truths from false beliefs or superstitions. For example, instead of believing something blindly, we try to understand the reason behind it. Scientific temper helps the society to grow. It brings progress and innovation. It also helps us to become more open minded and ask important questions, which leads to new ideas and discoveries. In the documentary that we watched, several scientists share their thoughts. They tell us that science depends on evidence, and this evidence must be strong and trustworthy. Scientific temper is not about just memorizing techniques, it's all about thinking clearly, forming fair opinions, and asking meaningful questions. They also say that technology alone is not enough. If we do not ask the right questions, even the best technology won't help. That's why curiosity and logical thinking are more important. Some people think that only scientists or science students need scientific timber, but that's not true. This documentary shows that scientific timber is useful for everyone. It is essential for everyone, including farmers, artists, business people, or even writers. It's all about being curious, observing things, and asking questions. You don't need to be a scientist to think scientifically. Anyone can develop scientific temper with encouragement and support from others. We actually use scientific temper in our daily life without noticing. For example, before crossing a road, we look both ways. This is based on logic and experience. Farmers don't plant crops based on astrology, they check weather patterns and soil conditions. Even small things like noticing how milk boils differently from water can make us curious. So, these everyday observations lead to scientific thinking. They are not something based upon superstitions, these all come under scientific thinking. So, science is not just something far away from life, it's a part of our life, it's a part of our everyday life, everyday moments. The key themes highlighted in the documentary are: scientific timber starts with curiosity. When we wonder how something works, then comes the observation. That means paying attention to the details. Scientific reasoning is based on evidence, not guesses. We try to find answers by thinking logically. Rationalization means thinking without any bias. And most importantly, a scientific mind always asks how and why. These two questions are the foundations of every discovery. Scientific timber has a very good and important role in education and upbringing, because scientific timber is not just something that we are born with. It develops slowly through learning, teaching, and environment around us. That's why it's important to promote scientific timber in schools, homes, society, etc. When children are encouraged to ask questions and explore things, they become curious and confident. Education plays a key role in shaping scientific thinking in young minds. When we think about the evolution of science, science is not fixed. It keeps growing, it keeps exchanging, it keeps transforming. What we believe today may change tomorrow if we get better evidence. This is the strength of science, modifying part by part. It corrects itself. That's why textbooks get updated often. A person with scientific temper is open to corrections and ready to accept new ideas. We should not be afraid of changing our views when we find better facts. This is how progress happens. The documentary, anyway, gives a powerful message to everyone. Scientific timber is for everyone, it is not for just the scientist. It helps to build a rational and observant society, which is essential. India's future depends on people who think logically and ask meaningful questions. When more people start observing, questioning, and exploring, we will see more growth and development in every field, from science and technology to art and social change. So ultimately, the development of a society needs the people to be scientifically tempered. So, scientific timber is a basic necessity for a nation to grow further, to develop further. I would like to end this session with a beautiful thought from the documentary. Don't stop questioning, stay curious. Don't be afraid to be wrong. Scientific timber helps us to build a better society. It teaches us that it's okay to make mistakes as long as we are ready to learn. Science grows when people are free to ask, test, fail, and try again. So always keep your curiosity alive and never stop learning. Never stop questioning. That's the ultimate theme of scientific timber. So we need more scientifically tempered individuals who is not just believing certain things blindly but are willing to ask questions and think about it logically. That's all for today. Thank you.